I'll start this video from the middle just to explain something, then I'll start from the start step by step. Here's why I start from the middle. The most important thing when parking at 90 degrees in a very tight space is to get your vehicle as straight and as centered as possible between the space you want to park into before reversing. You don't want to be adjusting your angle drastically while you're already in that tight space, because if you do, the car will be moving to the sides and you risk hitting the side walls. The same principle applies whenever you're parking in any kind of tight space, be it between some vehicles, between walls, concrete blocks, or whatever. If at all possible, you want to be adjusting the steering wheel only very slightly if needed when reversing into that tight space. So assuming that you'll be parking in your own garage, the best way to get your car as straight and centered as possible in this step is to find a reference point in the previous step. Then you turn your wheel completely to the right and advance until the car is straight. So the reason why I start with this is because the best way to find your reference point is to do it in reverse. You start with your vehicle as straight as possible, well centered between your garage entrance and with enough room to reverse. So that means that you should have at least the length of your vehicle between your vehicle and the garage wall. You can even ask someone more experienced to do this for you the first time. Or you can do it yourself if the car is already in the garage. Just get it out and keep it as straight as possible and advance until you have enough room behind. You'll need to do this only once. After you find your reference point, it should be a lot easier to center the car yourself. Then with your car in that position, you turn your steering wheel completely to the right and reverse until the car is straight, parallel to your wall. Now you look to the left and find a reference point that aligns with something in your vehicle. In my case, it's my mirror aligned just a bit past the edge of the garage door. That's the reference point you'll be using from now on. Now check the distance you have between your car and the wall, and that's the distance you should keep when aligning with your reference point. So now this being said, let's start from the start. Before you do anything else, make sure that there are no obstacles in the way. If you have a four-legged body, like in my case, it's a good idea to tie it or lock it somewhere for the time you park. These guys can pop out of anywhere at any time. When that is done, approach the garage entrance while keeping the distance that you determined previously between you and the wall and align yourself with the reference point you found earlier. Now turn the steering wheel completely to the right and advance until the car is straight. Then turn the steering wheel 1.5 turns to the left to straighten the wheels. Your car should now be more or less centered with the garage entrance. Check your mirrors to confirm that. Don't worry if it's not perfectly centered, you can adjust that a bit later while reversing. Now reverse slowly, trying to keep the steering wheel as stable as possible, only adjusting slightly if needed. Remember, when reversing, the back of the car always goes towards the side where you turn your steering wheel. So if you want to go towards the right, turn the steering wheel a bit towards the right and vice versa. Now if your entrance is very tight, like mine here, where I have only a few inches between my mirrors and the wall, slow down as much as possible or even stop if needed before crossing the wall so that you have plenty of time to check your distances. With an automatic transmission vehicle, just release your brake slightly and control your speed like that, adjusting the brake pressure, keeping your foot over the pedal in case you need to stop suddenly. If you have a manual transmission, accelerate very slowly without releasing your clutch completely, keeping the pedal pressed and in the friction zone. After you pass the walls, keep reversing slowly until you fit in the garage properly. Now here are a few extra tips. You can use anything to align yourself with your reference point. I used my mirror aligned a bit past the edge of the garage door, but I could also have used the left side of my door handle. I could also use this button here aligned with the middle of the door, the middle of my window aligned with the left edge of the door, and so on. Basically, use whatever makes it easier for you. If you have foldable mirrors, you can fold them, but make sure that you keep your foot firmly on the brake while doing so that the car doesn't inadvertently move. If you can't keep your foot on the brake, put the transmission in park if you have an automatic, or put it in neutral and put on your handbrake if you have a manual. If your garage entrance is flat, it'll be easier to reverse into it. In my case, there's something I need to be careful about. I have this little bump at the entrance and I'm driving a manual. So what I want to do here is to accelerate a bit so that my rear wheels climb the bump, but I have to be prepared to brake right away after that so that I can take my time to judge the distance between the mirrors and the wall. In this step, I need to be absolutely sure that I have enough room, because now I need to accelerate again in order for my front wheels to climb the bump. While accelerating, I always keep my clutch depressed in the friction zone so that I can brake at any time. You can also use a reference point to know when you're fitting in the garage. Like here, I have my punching bag. Some people hang stuff like a tennis ball on a rope, for example, so they know that when the ball touches their back window, they're at the right distance. And if the space inside your garage is very tight for your vehicle, you can also put a tire or something soft on your wall to make sure that you don't scratch your bumper just in case. As long as you'll be parking the same car in the same garage, you can keep using the same reference point. If you then do it with a smaller or longer vehicle, or if you change garage, you'll need to find another reference point. If you have a driveway, the aim will still be to get the car as straight as possible before reversing in the garage, but the approach will be different. I'll do a video on that too, and videos on how to park from the front in both cases. I'll also make a video on how to straighten the car yourself, since it's a bit of a complex maneuver, and also what to do if you don't have enough room to straighten it in one shot. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching.